I paid for my pardon and nothing happened. Where's my money? This is ridiculous.
Boosie.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And Boosie Badazz. He's not the brightest bulb on the tree, right? He's kind of an idiot. But just a piece, though, like just a little bit. And we'll explain why later. We'll explain why just a little bit. But yeah, he's an idiot.
Boosie Badazz paid a bunch of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because, well, he wanted a party, okay? It looks to have backfired, so he's now suing the firm who should have represented him, according to the allegation, put it up full mass. According to the New Republic, rapper Boosie Badazz is naming more names after he was allegedly scammed out of $600,000 for a presidential pardon that never came.
Yeah, you see, that right there, that's illegal, Boosie. That's illegal. You can't do that. I know that rappers love to talk about their crimes and brag about their crimes on record, in raps, in the music, and they feel like invincible because it's art. And when you're rapping, you can say, hey, this is just a creative thing, but you weren't rapping, Boosie. That's a Twitter post.
I don't believe what y'all saying about Boosie. Not until he say something himself. Everyone you said you reached out to for my pardon has said you are lying. Every name you name has denied your allegations. Everybody you name will have their time to speak. It's getting hot. So where did the money go? I thought Trump signed the pardon. I thought you had the president on speed dial. You should have did your research before trying to jack me like you did the others. Hashtag I'm loved and respected.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
YouTube, you can't make this stuff up. And nobody ever said that he was a genius before, but I gotta give you a little nuance, YouTube. It's me, you know what it is. You come to this channel, there's gotta be something that we can talk about, that we can learn, that we can grow from as the resistance, and God dog it if I don't have it. So let me talk about this in three distinct parts. Number one being, he's an idiot. But then, why do I say just a little bit? We'll get into that, but first, part one. Why Boosie Badazz is an idiot?
I paid for my pardon and nothing happened. Where's my money? This is ridiculous.
Boosie. Boosie.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Boosie Badazz sues after paying $600K for a Trump pardon that never materialized. That can't be the Boosie I know. That can't be the Boosie I know.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Suing because the president of the United States didn't honor your bribe. Incredible. Hey, Boosie, maybe they just spelled your name wrong. It might be on the way. Hey, go in there and tell them BOOSIEBADAZZ. That's me. Wipe me down.
Folks, look at this.
A star rapper is in arbitration after paying $600,000 for a presidential pardon that never arrived. Rapper Boosie Badazz.
Is that the French? That's the French pronunciation, Boosie Badazz? No, it's B'-Dazz.
Rapper Boosie Badazz, whose legal name is Torrance Hatch, is seeking to recover $300,000 from MAGA lobbyists Jacob Wohl and Jack Berkman.
Now that reminds me of...
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, the lady owes me $20. I gave her a $20 and she didn't give me nothing.
Why does she owe you $20?
$20 bill. I gave her a $20 bill.
For what?
For anything. I don't care. Whatever it's for, but she can give me my money back if she ain't gonna do nothing with it.
Okay, were you planning to buy some drugs
Yes,
or something?
was.
What kind of drugs do you want to buy?
Rock.
Rock?
Yes, I was.
You gave her $20 back.
I gave her $20. She gave me some plaster.
And now you want your $20 back
Yes, I do.
because she didn't supply you with crack cocaine.
That's the thing. That's the whole thing. You cannot sue someone for an illegal act that you did. can't. I'm trying. YouTube, you can't sue someone for an illegal act you did. You can't call the police on yourself. You cannot call the police on yourself. You cannot bring the executive branch of the government down on yourself for an illegal act you did that went wrong. It's the whole reason why there's violence in the first place, because drug dealers can't get lawsuits and can't sue people who steal their stuff from them. 101. This is Streets 101. For that, you're an idiot. I do think, though, that when you're already in prison, or when you've already, you already need a pardon, maybe you just don't feel like there's anything else left to lose. It's the last hurrah. And this is why it's just a little bit, because it's also kind of smart. Look who he names.
Boosie just blew the lid off this whole shit because he came out to the quiet part loud, okay? So he tweets the following, ready? Laura Loomer, Mike Cernovich, Jack Posobiec, Erica Kirk, Mike Johnson, Nancy Mace, Andy Biggs. Can the names above please make a truthful statement about having contact or no contact with Berkman and Wohl about my pardon process? $600,000 was taken from me with your names mentioned and emails by these people. Thanks. So according to Boosie, he's like, I talked to this right-wing hack and this right-wing hack and this right-wing hack and this right-wing hack. Now, by the way, but he's calling all them out, saying all you motherfuckers are implicated in this, right? Which could bring legal consequences eventually, not now. Under Trump, crime is legal if you're a Republican, right? But he's calling them all out and saying, what the fuck? So this guy, Jacob Wohl, he's a known con artist. He's a known scammer. He's committed a number of scams. I think he's actually been found guilty of multiple scams. So clearly, Boosie didn't do his fucking research, gave Wohl this money. I don't know how these other people were involved, but he's saying these other people were involved. And instead of having these actual connections, he was lying.
Now, the shyster that he used to get a pardon, these scam artists that he used, that he should have known, he should have done the research to, said that they reached out to these people. And the biggest problem that they have now is just the fact that their name is in it. They didn't have anything to do with it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what Laura Loomer is promising people. I don't know what any of those right-wing nut jobs are promising people. They're all liars and grifters, and that's why him saying their names out loud is a little bit smart. It is the break glass in case of emergency, because if nothing else, these guys are going to be the ones to get after that scam law firm, or are going to have to denounce themselves from this in such a vibrant way that others will see. So, yeah, that happened. And it's not that I'm above clowning him, because I'm clowning him. But let's not act like he's not a street dude who is just trying to do what other street dudes have done and gotten away with. That also makes you more dumb because they did it and somehow you couldn't figure it out. But let's not act like this didn't happen.
And he's pardoning some of the biggest criminals in the country. Watch this. Here we go.
It's a wonderful time to be a criminal. If you cozy up to Donald Trump, that is. Trump has been using his presidential power to shield his allies and donors from legal trouble, while his Department of Justice goes after his political enemies. Is this the same guy?
I am your president of law and order.
Who has he pardoned so far? Trevor Milton, the former CEO of an electric car company, was convicted of securities and wire fraud. During his appeal, he donated heavily to Trump's re-election campaign. Oh, and one of Milton's lawyers was the brother of Pam Bundy, the future U.S. Attorney General. Another pardon was for Todd and Julie Chrisley, fellow reality TV personalities. They were convicted of tax evasion and bank fraud totaling $36 million. Maybe the pardon has something to do with their daughter's speech at the Republican National Convention.
Donald J. Trump has only one conviction that matters, and that is his conviction to make America great again.
Your parents are going to be free and clean, and I hope you can do it by tomorrow.
Next up, Paul Walzak, a nursing home executive who was charged with defrauding the government of millions of dollars, using some of the money to buy himself a yacht. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. A judge defended the sentence, saying there isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card for wealthy people. Not so fast, Your Honor. Walzak's mother is a major Trump donor who attended a $1 million plate fundraising dinner at Mar-a-Lago. Less than 3 weeks later, Trump signed a full and unconditional pardon for her son. Not only did it keep Walzak out of prison, it got him out of paying $4.4 million in restitution. In fact, Trump's thumb on the scales of justice as he raised roughly $1.3 billion in fines and restitution that pardon recipients would have paid their victims and the government. And it's not just individuals either.
By the way, that adds insult to injury. Not only were you conned, not only were you defrauded, but at the same time, a court says This person's going to prison and they owe you restitution. They got to pay you back the money they stole you and then some probably, right? And Trump goes in there and says, total pardon, unconditional, and also I'm wiping out the restitution that you have to pay. So since you gave him $1 million or whatever it is through Mar-a-Lago, therefore he's like double conning the victims. It's a whole nother round of a con of the victims because they get their hopes up. The person goes to prison. They're going to get paid back. And then boom, all that is taken away in a fucking instant, all because of bribery, open bribery. I don't want to hear another fucking word ever again about Hunter Biden or Nancy Pelosi or Joe Biden or fucking Burisma or whatever the fuck. This guy on a random Tuesday has done more corruption and bribery than any Democrat has over 4 years or 8 years in power. I don't want to fucking hear it.
The administration has paused or dropped investigations into at least 17 corporations that donated to his inauguration fund. You see the pattern? Do something for Trump, and maybe Trump does something for you. Buttering up Trump has proven so lucrative, allies and lobbyists are reportedly receiving multi-million-dollar payouts to get pardon requests in front of the president. One was quoted as saying, "It's like the Wild West. You can basically charge whatever you want."
Snoop Dogg, too. I just didn't put him in here. Snoop Dogg got his friend pardoned, and now he don't got nothing to say about Trump. And a year before that, he had the middle finger up and everything. The point is, these guys do what they feel they have to do. They've been doing that. If they're actual street dudes, some of them may be just actors. None of it matters. I'm 100% sure that Kodak Black and Lil Wayne aren't on Donald Trump's playlist, and that he doesn't know the nuances of their cases when he pardoned them. That's all I'm saying. And this dude did actually say that he, of course he would do that. This is what he does.
These rappers are not loyal to the struggle. They will do anything with this man to get out of the trouble that they made for themselves. Boosie told us he would do this 5 years ago.
Would you have done that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You take a picture with Trump?
Yeah, for not going to jail, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think most people would.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Lil Boosie. So not only are you an idiot for just blurting out your criminality, calling the executive branch, calling the law on yourself by trying to sue them, saved it a little bit by giving those names. I give you that. That was like, hey, press the red button, boom. But you're also a little bit slow because everybody else figured out a way. Kodak Black figured out a way. This guy can't be that smart. I'm just saying. The other side is, no matter how bad this guy is for this, Boosie, you're ridiculous, right? You showed yourself. The other side is, no matter how bad you want to call this guy, he's not this bad.
A sentence as to count 1 of life in prison, as to count 2, 15 years, Florida Department of Corrections, as to count 3, 5 years, Florida Department of Corrections, as to count 4, 15 years, Florida Department of Corrections, as to count 5, 15 years, Florida Department of Corrections, and as to count 6, you were found not guilty. And the court finds that you qualify as a sexual predator, and I'm going to designate you as such.
I love you, Seven. Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
That's part 3 is, can we get some perspective? And it's still not going to end the way you think it's going to end, because it is just a little bit. But can we get some perspective? I mean, if you were a rich criminal and you needed a pardon, I'm going to let this scroll next to me while I'm talking to you, Boosie. I get it. You're not getting any extra scrutiny from me. People are going to laugh at you and they're going to make entire videos about you because you're also famous and you're a rapper and you talk shit, so you get it back. The thing is, everybody, let's not act like this isn't the case. Let's also be sure that as we're calling out the idiocy and having fun, we're mad at the people who we should be mad at, the people selling those pardons. Because although Boosie Badazz got grifted, got scammed, because that's what people on the right do. This guy is a well-known scam artist. You saw the video. And he wasn't smart enough to see it. Let's not forget. And let's make sure we're mad at who we need to be mad at.
So let's, real quick, we need to make sure that we understand the difference, right? Between a street dude who's
a couple of pegs short from a full fence, and who's just a criminal who's trying to do criminal things, saw other criminals getting away with it, and was too stupid to do it himself. The difference between him and the actual raccoon-faced traitor, I hate my own race, and the face that stares back at me in the mirror disgusts me, and I just want to be in the house with the whip at all times, like this guy.
Charlie Kirk said black men like you were better off during slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now listen, 100%.
You believe 100%?
Now what?
Imagine being that pathetic. Imagine hating yourself and people who look like you so much that you have to sit there and agree with someone when they say Charlie Kirk said men like you were better off when you were slaves. He didn't just agree. He said 100%. And then with a smirk on his face, he said, now what? Because in most cases, that would have ended the conversation. The black person would have said, oh, hell no. Charlie Kirk was wrong about that. He shouldn't say anything like that. But not Tatum. Tatum said, now what? I said 100% I would have been better off as a slave. That's what it takes to be a person of color for Trump.
Yeah, there's a difference. Don't get it twisted. But before I end there, the reason why you still get no love from me, Boosie, is because there's still something called integrity that all of us have to agree on. Even someone who was at the Capitol, J6er, knows that.
Welcome back. On his first day back in office, President Trump granted a pardon or clemency to more than 1,500 people convicted of offenses related to the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. This includes our next guest, but unlike others, she turned down her pardon. Her name is Pam Hemphill, and she joins me now. Pam, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining me. Why did you turn it down? Why did you turn it down?
Well, because I don't want to be a part of Trump's narrative that the DOJ is weaponized against him and all the J6ers because it's propaganda. It's not true. Who wants to be a part of that narrative?
That's the difference. All y'all celebrity Trump turnovers, whether it's for your friend, whether it's for yourself for a pardon. We can laugh. I'm not making excuses, but I'm putting it in context. But the very truth is that you need to remember that I'll never give you grace for on this channel. Boosie Badazz, Kodak Black, unfortunately Snoop, many others, Cube, Nicki. What you'll never get from me is the acceptance of your lack of integrity. You can't buy that back, not even for $600,000, because either you're with us or against us. And the time to fight is now. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.